Hello. I came on here last week and I told all of you that EFA and me personally, we're under a seemingly coordinated attack. And this was brought about when we started looking into the funding of certain programs and policies up at the state level of our education system. Contracts and relationships that were started, 2020, 2019, 2018, and even further back than that. So since we started investigating that, a series of things have happened to me, many of the parents and the teachers who are in this great organization, and the organization itself. We have been, as you know, defamed by a couple of people in the DPI publicly. It's been unwarranted, certainly. And we've even been, had veiled threats made to us by people who are very prominent in politics. And now finally, we have been the victim of an incredibly frivolous and disgusting lawsuit brought about by allies of a certain former lieutenant governor. And here we are. But I want you to know that we are not going to stop pushing back. In fact, since I talked to you guys last week, 75% of our legal fund has been covered. We didn't think that it would be this fast. In addition to that, we got a number of lawyers from across the country who actually want to consult and help us with this case and the case that's going to come after that. So that's great. Probably the most important thing that has come about since last week, several groups from across North Carolina have reached out to us to help us investigate how we came to be in the situation that we are now in North Carolina with education, knowing and understanding that more than half of the budget on the state level goes to fund education, right? So there can be maybe a lot of people getting paid. We don't know, right? So we've had a couple of groups actually to have a private detectives that can get access to a lot of information, in addition to, lawyers and researchers that will help us kind of ferret through as an organization where we need to go with our investigation. So a lot of good has come for this. And I want to tell you guys, in North Carolina, we have a lot of work to do. We need to root out every bit of corruption up in Raleigh, whether it's lobbyists or spouses of lobbyists that are getting rich, or family members of lobbyists, possibly political donors, textbook companies, third-party funders like, foundations. We need to understand who's paying who for what, right? We cannot allow racial segregation and stereotyping, collective punishment, all the things that make up critical race theory. Can't allow it. We also cannot allow our children to be groomed sexually. So a lot of the programs we're talking about, this SEL, things like that, we want to know who's responsible and what we need to do to get out of it. So in sum, a lot of great things have happened since I've come and been open with you guys. I'm going to do an update every week. We're 75% of the way that we need to be to fund this lawsuit and the one after that. And so lawyers, detectives, researchers, everyone that can help us, and activists, everyone that can help us research what's going on and what we need to do next, please do contact us. edfirstnc.org.